Hello, my name is Lisa Robertson and I'm a composer and violinist from the West Highlands of Scotland. I am particularly interested in combining sounds from nature and traditional folk music, examining relationships between people and the environment. I completed a PhD at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland in Glasgow a few years ago and have since had pieces performed by ensembles such as the Royal Scottish National Orchestra, the 16 and the Fun Ensemble, among others. I'm really excited that Harty Room Soloists Ensemble will be performing my piece Birgisherað, which will be the world premiere of that work. Birgisherað is the Old Norse name for the island of Birsay in the Orkney Islands, where St Magnus was buried. St Magnus the Martyr, who lived from 1080 until 1115, was known above all for his gentleness and piety, and the piece reflects his determined pacifism, which feels very apt today. Apparently, during the Battle of Anglesey, he refused to fight and sat on the ship's foredeck singing psalms. He didn't shelter himself, merely saying, "I will not fight, I have nothing against anyone here." In the parish of Birsay, in Orkney, there are situated many ancient ruins, and among them are the possible remains of Christ Church, the first cathedral in Orkney, which was built to be the final resting place of St Magnus. There were many reports of miracles occurring around the grave of St Magnus, which are reflected in this piece. It's said that on the day of his burial, a bright light appeared over his grave and a heavenly fragrance was in the air. According to the Orkney saga, when Bishop William the Old dismissed rumours of these miracles, he was immediately struck blind. However, on praying at the grave of St Magnus, his sight was restored. So there are some things to listen out for in the piece. There's a very gentle motif, really representing St Magnus himself, which returns at various points. Sometimes it's written with the instruction warm alongside it, as well as gentle. There are also, in big contrast, moments reflecting conflict, with music described as urgent and desperate. This music is more aggressive in character, with faster rhythms. The strings alternate quite rapidly between the techniques of pizzicato and arco, and also use the very aggressive Bartók pizzicato technique. You will also hear a moment of very sudden stillness, reflecting some of the miracles surrounding St Magnus and his legacy. The music is described in the score as ethereal and miraculous, with the sounds of string harmonics and flute ghost tones, and long, still held notes in contrast to those dramatic, faster rhythms. Following this, there's another moment of tension and the feeling of urgency with the direction with all-consuming strain, as St Magnus finds himself in the midst of conflict. Towards the end of the piece, we return to the very gentle motif from the opening, this time with the expression marking time-worn, as the weight of maintaining pacifism in the midst of conflict is felt. I'm really excited to be working with Harty Room Soloists Ensemble, as I've been an admirer of the ensemble for a long time and really impressed by the energy, openness, sense of adventure and exceptional skill they bring to performances. Being half Northern Irish myself, I've spent a lot of time in and around Belfast over the years, so it's really exciting to be having the first ever performance of my music in Belfast, and I'm really excited to hear Harty Room Soloists Ensemble perform the premiere of this piece among a beautifully crafted and exciting programme of works.